The world's top athletes know the critical importance of nutrition before, during, and after working out for competing. But their secrets can also help the rest of us. Hadi Jamal has pro tips to help everyday athletes achieve peak performance.
Elite athletes require a world-class level of prep to be competitive. But for those of us who are everyday athletes,
that really still takes it seriously, but you have all the other commitments, then, you have to be smart and use what pros kind of know and learn and do to be more efficient with that.
Holly Lawrence, 2016 World Ironman champion, spins up tips on how to perform at your peak every day, no matter the sport. For starters, failing to prep is prepping to fail.
Time management. It's not just like the time that goes in for a session. It's maybe driving to wherever you're going, your warm up, the time in between.
Just like every sport or activity has different physical requirements, each person has things that help them perform their best.
Generally, you do know what your strengths and weaknesses are, primarily like endurance, volume.
She says fitness trackers and online planners can help create a framework to help you reach your peak.
I use today's plan, there's Training Peaks, and I know even on all of those platforms you can buy like a set basic training plan for an event.
Next, time to fuel and hydrate.
It's not just like sport, it's breaking it down to like intensity and duration. Nutrition, knowing how many calories, how many carbs, how much electrolytes per hour that you need to be taking.
A long run or bike ride is different than playing a ball sport.
If you're only playing tennis for an hour, are you having to take in a bunch of carbs? Probably not, but electrolytes will be super important.
She says what you meal prep should be based on the type of activity you'll be doing.
If I've got a run session coming up, whether it's 2 hours before a race, it's 3 hours before, I have my set meal that I know I tolerate really well, it fuels me up and enough carbs to get me through.
And of course we know that water is key, but
if you're just drinking water and not electrolytes, then you're just flushing your electrolytes out. It's a good habit just to get into, to regularly kind of drip feed electrolytes throughout the day.
Finally, take time to recover.
If you aren't prioritized recovering, then you're just gonna feel worse and worse.
She uses leg compression sleeves from Normatec or Air Relax to flush toxins out of her legs while sipping on a recovery drink, followed by stretching and plenty of sleep.
That, for me, is like a non-negotiable.
Pro tips to put you at the top of your game.